guys from Eindhoven, Netherlands. If I'm being completely honest, Eindhoven was never on my travel bucket list. It's never a city I really wanted to visit, yet here we are, and we are here for a running related reason, a very special one. Ben is running the Eindhoven Marathon tomorrow. You know what else is taking place in Eindhoven? Every Saturday, Parkrun is going to be my very first parkrun abroad. So we landed here Thursday evening. We're staying in this lovely flat in prime location. We're just really close to the start line, but also really close to the finish line. It's actually on our street. They've actually just started to set up the city for the marathon. It's getting exciting. Yesterday we went to pick up Ben's number, and this morning I'm going to parkrun. It's actually not in the city center, it's a bit further away. It's basically 2.5 kilometers away from here. I will be the warm-up, and then I'll give parkrun a good effort. My parkrun pace, I would say, not really my 5k race pace, but I might get a bit carried away. Although apparently it's mixed terrain, so if it's too traily, I won't be mega fast. We'll see. And then running back, so that should be at least a 10k run for me today. I'm really glad to have joined the local parkrun this morning. There were a handful of tourists probably here for the marathon weekend. I mean, at least I spotted 3 other runners from the UK because they were wearing their Leeds Running Club t-shirts. It is a lovely course. Anyone who's ever in Eindhoven on a Saturday, I would recommend going to this parkrun. So it is mixed terrain, but I would say it's mostly tarmac and gravel, and you maybe do the last 100 meters on grass. It is flat. You do 2 small laps around some fields and then 2 big laps around a lake. It is quite windy there, but it's a really nice scenery, really friendly team. Compared to the very busy parkruns in London when there's hundreds and hundreds of runners, we're only 62 runners this morning. It felt quite a small group. I finished 7th overall, second lady, in a time of 20 minutes 12 seconds. I got out sprinted in maybe the last 5 meters by another runner who I had passed earlier on, and then he made a repass at the very last second, and he said sorry, and I said, well, fair play. And in the end we have the same finish time. But yes, a lovely morning out at parkrun. This afternoon we are just chilling, staying inside. Well, Ben has been resting since we arrived. Basically yesterday I did some sightseeing and I went out for breakfast by myself because Ben wanted to avoid walking if he didn't need to, and then avoid also eating out, which is completely understandable. I would do exactly the same if I was about to run a marathon. So yes, he's been resting and I've been exploring Eindhoven. It is now Sunday morning. It is race day for Ben. I've just finished my run. I just did an easy 10k and now I'm on my way to go pick up a coffee. The marathon doesn't start until 10. Which is quite late really. And on my run I could see the parts of the course being like properly set up. I saw the 40-kilometer sign, the finishing chute. It is getting real. And as you guys know, Ben is not too keen on being on camera, so I didn't want to bother him this weekend with the vlog, which is why he's not featured, but I'm an absolute stress ball. I hope he's gonna have the day he trained for. He's not had any injury that prevented him from training. He's ticked off all his runs. He practiced his nutrition, and I just hope that today will be his day.
Voor de beste marathon. 4 minutes still start. Van nu. Nu aan de start. Marathonavontuur van Eindhoven.
Was off to a really good start. He went through halfway in 71 minutes. I wanted to see him at least twice during the race, and with how the course was, I basically had to run from point to point. But I should have got on the bike. That was a bit silly of me, really. So I saw him at around kilometer 22, still looking good and in a group. Then I could see on the tracker that his pace started dropping, and I had no idea what was going on. I saw him again around kilometer 32, and then I ran to the finish area. But his estimated finish time kept on changing on the tracking app, and I was so worried that he had collapsed in the final final stretch. But finally, he arrived. So it is now a few hours later. You crossed the finish line in 2 hours, 29 minutes, 46 seconds. So sub 2:30 for your first marathon. How did it go?
It was a bit meh. It wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. I thought I could do somewhere between 2:22 and 2:24 in my current shape. Yeah, overall went well, semi-well until about 25k. Kind of went through halfway at 71 pace, 71.40, and felt like I was holding back a little bit. But then got to 25k and started getting cramp on my right hamstring, like just light cramp, but noticeable. So kind of slowed it down to about 5:30s, well, mid 5:30s from there until about 30k. I think that was because of, well, two things. One, I actually dropped 2 gels, so I was underfueled, and 2, all my training was in with bottles, and the marathon course was with cups, and I'm not sure if anyone's tried to run and drink out of a cup, but it's impossible. So yeah, I didn't really drink that much either. So just tried to preserve myself to the finish. Not great, but glad I got to the finish line. A very, very positive split. 71 first half and 2:29 finish.
It is now Monday morning. I went out on my run earlier today. Ben obviously did not. He'll be barely running this week. He's just in post-marathon recovery mode. And then we went out for breakfast. And now we are finishing up packing. We're going to check out and head to the airport to fly back to London. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!